Clement's Homebrew coming at ya. Today I've got a beer from Rich's World Beer Tour. That's right, good old Rich. And he has sent me Commander. This is Commander from Lift Bridge Brewing. Not Left, but Lift Bridge Brewing. This is out of Stillwater, Minnesota. This is an English barley wine at a big 12.5 on the Richter scale. That's right, 12.5% and 75 IBUs. This beer has, for malts, Maris Otter, wheat, biscuit, and crystal malts. The hops are Target, Northern Brewer, and Goldings, and they have some additions in it. The first one kind of excites me, Seville oranges. Seville, Spain makes these oranges that they make the marmalade jams from. And cardamom, as well as they were aged in Heaven Hill bourbon barrels, and then it was made with British ale. So there's a mouthful for you. Let's get this sucker cracked open and give it a try. Woo, it's been busy, busy, busy here at Clement's Homebrew, so I'm so glad to be doing a beer review, let me tell you. All right, let's take a look. Wow, this is beautiful. This is kind of like this, a deep honey color. That's really what I get, with just a little bit of reddish ruby hints on it, but it's like a deep amber with red hues. Really pretty. Not much of a head, but you see that it leaves some lacing on the glass, so it's kind of pretty. And I do see some effervescence coming off the sides as I tip it. So there's some decent carbonation in it. All right, let's get a nose on it. Okay, interesting. I get some light honey, talking about honey colors, but I get some fruits on there. Oh, wow. I got vanilla along with some of that cardamom, but then I got some like other spiciness, like earthy spiciness, some sweetness, some dried fruits on there. I get the bourbon on there. I think I was gonna say brown sugar, but more like a sugary, like what in UK they describe as treacle. I get some cherry on it. So cherry and like some like dried figs and plums, some plums on there. Oh my gosh, that's a really nice scent. I gotta tell you, this is a really nice sweet. It's not overwhelming sweet, but it's there. It's very, very good. So cheers, let's try this one. I know what else I was getting. A little bit of maple syrup. And there's a hint in here, but that's not what I was getting, man. I was getting that Heavenly Hills bourbon barrels. Let me tell you, I got that oak, and I definitely got the bourbon on there big time, but I still got that sweetness with the honey and this earthy spiciness, you know, the cardamom. And I get the figs, but plums. I get the plums, like sugared plums. A bit of raisin. Really nice spiciness on this. Toffee. A little bit of caramel, but more toffee. And some honey on it. It's an interesting beer. It's I want to say it's kind of syrupy, kind of viscous. It's somewhat creamy or silky, I should say. Wow, it's pretty strong though. That it is boozy. That booziness does come through. This could age. This could be aged for sure. But the sweet fruits on this are really, really impressive. Oh, that's right. You've got the Seville oranges in this. Because I feel like I'm picking up a little bit orange, but it makes me think more like orange rind in a way. But I got the feeling that some of that syrupiness comes from the oranges. And that's more of a bitter orange. Yeah, that makes so much sense. You get a little bit of the marmalade, but that flavor is blended in with the bourbon, quite frankly, and the cardamom so much that it really changes the flavor. But that's what that is. That is one unique beer. I'm liking this one. I gotta tell you, I'm liking this one a lot. Okay, well, I'm not gonna prolong this. We're gonna go right to the judging. I'm digging on it. Now, as far as an English barley wine goes, you know, it's not really an English barley wine so much. I mean, it's not a typical, I should say, English barley wine. This really, in my mind, should be more in the category of like an Olde Ale. I definitely think that's the case. Judging it as an English barley wine, you know, I'd have to give this a B minus. I'd have to drop this down to like an 80, like an 83. Now, overall is a different subject, because this is more like an Olde Ale. And if you call an Olde Ale, you'd be rating it higher. So overall, I'm just thinking of it more that way. This is something else. I'm just loving it. I'm giving it B plus, just shy of the A. I'm giving it 89. I think it's right on that edge. It's very, very good. Yeah, I could almost edge higher, except for that strong booziness. It just makes it a little hard to take. You know, so it's a little strong, but it's a delicious beer. This is definitely a fun one. This one is worth trying in my book. So here it is again. This is the Commander from Liftbridge Brewing out of Stillwater, Minnesota. Rich, thank you so much for sending this my way. This is good. You and I could have a party with this beer, I'm telling you. So from Clement's Homebrew, life is too short to drink cheap beer, and I will see you in the next beer review. Cheers.